Yahoo and cockle-doodle-doo, it's your boy, Reddit Rooster. How are you doing, my peeps? As you can tell, there's a new mic on deck, so quality's going to go right up. Today, we're going to look at some insane Am I the Antagonist stories, so buckle up, let's get right into the action. Am I the antagonist for not moving seats after a student asked me to do so because she was distracted by my scars? Earlier this week I went to the library to finish some papers I'm working on. It was very crowded and most seats were taken because the last year students had to finish their master thesis in a few days. I arrived a few minutes after the library opened and most seats were occupied, so I just chose the very first seat I saw. The library seats are massive big boy tables with 6 to 8 seats with plenty enough room for students to work. There are individual lights, sockets, just everything you'd need to work on your own. As I was setting up my desk, I noticed the girl who was already sitting on the opposite side of the desk. I recognized her since she was in one of my classes. I smiled. She smiled back. All good. When I'm done unpacking, she takes off her headphones and says, "Hi, would you mind moving to a different seat? It's just that your face is kinda distracting me." Now, I have burn scars on the left side of my face. It's not Freddy Krueger-like bad, but more like a 24-year-old Sender Clegane on a good day. I am used to people staring and looking weirdly at me and mocking me. So like the idiot I am, I told her I was sorry my face was a distraction to her, but that I couldn't move seats since there was hardly any other seats available. She replied with, "But it's really drawing my attention, and I kinda got here first. Hey, don't worry, I'll help you look for another seat." I don't know why, but the "I'll help you look for another seat" triggered me. I know my face, which is by the way not really as bad as Sender Clegane, looks a bit off, but actually wanting me to move to a different seat? Like I'm still human, not some kind of flea-covered dog. So I snap back that I'm staying on this seat. Meanwhile, other students are noticing our little discussion, and that she couldn't be that distracted seeing she was listening to music already and had a big ass laptop in front of her. She raised her voice, I guess in an attempt to rally people behind her, and pulled the "everybody thinks you're a freak, why are you even here" card, a classic. I told her that if she wanted to help me looking for another seat, she could just help herself and move away, and I sit down at my desk. She calms down after a while and continues working. She stayed in the library for another 6 hours. I stayed there for like 8 maybe. She drew some ugly glances at me sometimes and sighed whenever I quietly got up to get a book from one of the shelves. During one of these trips, a guy passed me by at one of the bookcases and told me, "Why can't you just move? You distracted all of us here." Which made me think, was I the antagonist for not giving in and moving away? I felt like I didn't really raise my voice, but I did notice people were looking at us and couldn't really focus on the things they were doing. Edit. The reason for posting this is because I was wondering if I wasn't being the jerk for not quietly moving away and let everyone work in peace. There was a lot of stress going on because the above mentioned dissertations needed to be finished in 2 days. Well, in my opinion, OP is clearly 100% not the antagonist. They just tried to sit down at a table and work in peace and then had to listen to this entitled idiot that didn't even seem like they were working that much. Shaming people for the way they look is awful and just shows the ugliness in the heart of the people who do it. And the guy who came up to OP and told them that they should have left? Screw that douche. Am I the antagonist for sending an explicit video my ex sent to me to hurt me, to her family? Wow, that title was worded very poorly. I dated M for a year and a half. During this time, I confided in her some personal secrets, which I don't feel comfortable sharing, even anonymously. Because of these, she knows that there are certain things, related to sex mostly, that I am very sensitive towards. I sent her a message telling her to stop spreading my secrets around and to leave me alone. She replied sending me explicit videos of herself having sex with my coworker, because she knew it would hurt me. That was the last straw for me, and I sent the video to all of her family and friends with the message that this is what M sends me when I ask her to leave me alone and stop spreading rumors. Her family is quite religious, and they lost it. Apparently they pulled her financial support for her college and aren't speaking with her at the moment. Am I the antagonist? Edit. Well, this blew up. I'll try and answer some of the things I have seen asked most often here. First, I feel somewhat obligated to clear the air that no, the information being spread was not that I have a small prick or anything else that was trivial. To put things as general as possible and to give an idea of how serious the rumors being spread were, I was a victim of CSA for a period of several years, and it had a pretty profound impact on my life. It led to me doing some pretty stupid things to cope with it, as well as having a bunch of issues that I struggle with to this day. I never hurt anyone in any way, but there's some stuff that I've done that I'd like not to have spread around. She has been picking and choosing the parts from my history that she feels will most hurt me if they come out, and adding a few stories of her own here and there. Second, by all of her friends and family, I meant her parents, brother and a couple of close friends. I worded that terribly. I have not been in the best headspace as of late, sorry. Third, we have not spoken since. I have no desire to speak to her ever again. My coworker has been on sick leave, apparently, for the past couple days, and I have not heard anything from him. As petty and bad as this sounds, she can die for all I care. I've gone to bed hating myself forever, involving myself with that person ever since she cheated on me. Maybe I am an antagonist too for my reaction, but she can get bent. I feel no guilt whatsoever for any of the stuff she has to go through because of this. Fourth, I will be speaking to my lawyer tomorrow to see what he thinks. I have the money to fight a legal case if I have to, though obviously I would rather not. Man oh man, I think everyone sucks here. The girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend, is obviously awful, spreading all these stories after the relationship is over. So awful and evil, and sending explicit videos to an ex just to torture him. Wow, really petty. The co-worker is an idiot too, for spreading rumors about OP, but he did not deserve to have his videos leaked. That's also very awful. And it's very hard to put OP at fault for being angry at his ex, because he had all the reasons for it, but his actions were too drastic, in my opinion. He should have just sent the video to the parents, not to anyone else, because sending it to the friends is something very, very bad that can never be undone, because they could just spread it further and then it will never leave the internet. I think it's okay that he sent it to the parents, actually, because he told her to stop and she didn't, and he knew exactly that she would get her comeuppance if he showed it to the parents. It's a prick move, but I mean, I get why he would do it, especially if he's angry. I think it's a very bad situation all around, and I hope all of these people will never see each other again. Am I the antagonist for wanting to keep a vegan home even though our kids aren't vegan? Husband and I are having a moral dilemma concerning our kids. We have 2 kids, 14 female and 16 male. When they were 10 and 12, my husband and I both became vegetarians. Then last year, we became vegan. We never forced our diet on them, but we do talk to them about our beliefs concerning animal cruelty and animal products. They know that we're serious about our new lifestyle and it's not temporary. Now, our kids still eat meat when they're at school and we're fine with that. They know we only cook vegan dishes at home. But recently, they've been lashing out at rules we've established concerning meat in the house. We don't permit any meats or animal-based foods in our house or fridge. They can eat whatever they want outside the house, but our kids think we're being unfair to them. Last week my daughter had friends over and they ordered a pepperoni pizza when my husband and I were out of the house. When we got back and saw the boxes, we told her she disrespected us and our rules and grounded her for 2 weeks. But now her and our son are both lashing out, calling us terrible parents and threatening to move out and live with their uncle. We don't think we did anything wrong, but I'm not sure what we could have done better. You're the antagonist. Oh, you are so the antagonist. Jesus, what is wrong with you? You are not forcing your lifestyle on them? Well, I think telling them that they can't have any of the food they like to eat in your house could be called forceful. Also, grounding your daughter for eating a pizza for 2 weeks because she was disrespectful to you. On what planet do you live? Of course the children can't eat out all the time. Where are they supposed to get the money for that? People like OP are giving vegans a very, very bad name. Being vegan is fine and dandy, but you should not force that lifestyle on other people, especially not your kids. Let the kids eat whatever they like and let them store it in the freaking fridge. Heck, you don't even let them have dairy products. And you think you aren't forcing them to do anything? Well, I think you should get help or let them live with their uncle. That could be best for them. But that is not all, because there were a lot of comments on this thread, and OP started to reacting to comments down below, and wow, it's amazing. We're going to go through it. Wow, it's awful. It's a matter of mutual respect. We made it very clear to our kids that our veganism is a big part of who we are, and that it goes beyond not cooking meat at every meal. We respect their decision to eat meat, but they must also respect our desire to keep a meat-free home. It's about being empathetic and kind to others. I think my husband and I have been very accepting of our kids' diet. They should learn to be accepting of ours as well. Listen here, you stuck-up grunt. You're saying it's a matter of mutual respect and we respect their diet, they should just respect our diet. You're talking about kids here, okay? They're 14 and 16 years old. What do you want them to do? You want them to respect your meat-free home? What are they supposed to do? Buy their own home if they want to have meat? You know, that's not how that works. If you would give them money to buy another home where they can eat everything they like, that would be fine. I think that's why they want to go to their uncle where they can eat whatever they want. And now you're confused. Why are they going to their uncle? Why would they ever do that? Maybe because they can eat whatever they want over there and can respect all of your veganism. Because that's the thing. You say you respect the way they eat, but you actually do not, because you do not allow them to eat the way they want to. We're really not forcing our kids to embrace any lifestyle. We're just asking them to respect me and my husband's choice, including what to bring into our household. If I'm recovering alcoholic, for example, I think it would be fair to ask my kids not to drink or bring alcohol into our house. Or if my husband developed an allergy to nuts, I think it's reasonable that they eat nut-based food anywhere but inside our home. They can still do whatever they want outside, but we only had one rule, which is not to bring these products into our home. I know it's hard for a lot of people to see veganism as a legitimate belief that carries actual limitations and restrictions, but we've made it very, very clear to our kids that our rules are very serious, not to be bent or ridiculed or manipulated. They knew what the rule is, but still chose to break it and betray our trust. That is why we're upset. This is such dumbfounded logic. They're saying, oh yes, we actually told them there are very strict rules and that we mean it, and they should really, really, really be true to the rules. We told them that, but they still disrespected us. Maybe because they don't think those rules make sense. Maybe because many other people would think these rules don't make sense. I think that's what they're trying to go to their uncle, because he also thinks those rules don't make any sense. Also, the alcohol analogy, it's just stupid, because if you're actually a recovering alcoholic, then you have a craving for alcohol, and if you taste it again, you will be thrown back into the alcoholism. If you are vegan and you eat a piece of meat, you don't turn meat eater again. That's not how that works. The same with the nut-based food allergy. You're not allergic to meat or any of the other food-based products. Animal-based products. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. And yet you're trying to say it's like a nut allergy. No, it's not. You're actively trying to take something away from your children, and it's not an allergy. No one's going to die. No one's going to get harm from there being animal-based food in the house. That's just BS. Yes, we consider meat consumption to be incredibly violent, nauseating, given the vast suffering behind each and every animal product. I'm not here to justify veganism. As it's obvious, most people here come with an anti-vegan bias. I compare it to alcoholism because, like alcohol, my husband and I find the substance harmful to us, physically, mentally, and spiritually, and we're trying to recover. I mean, it's pretty clear at this point. No one can help you. You're beyond crazy. Please let your children go wherever they like, to eat whatever they want, and leave them alone, because you clearly don't give two about your kids because you only talk about yourself. You're on and on about, oh, it's our decision. We made the rules. They are disrespecting us. Who gives a flying crap about you? You're parents. You're supposed to look after your children, not the other way around. Why should your freaking children respect your diet? That's not how that works. Your children are supposed to grow up in a loving environment and to have a nice life where they do not have to be pressured into a diet that they don't like and be shamed for it. And then you also blast it online and try to find people that are like, oh no, you're not so bad. Your children are the evil guys because they like to eat animal products and that's just awful. Please, just go away. Don't have kids. Let them go to their uncle. Have a great night. I'm sorry it got so heated on the last part, but people like that just drive me absolutely insane. What do you think about today's stories? Tell me all about that down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, favorite, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one, peeps. Reddit Rooster out.